Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Doc.
Steve Stack, you'd think Scott Casey would get enough. Last week I taught him a wrestling lesson of his life, and after the match he jumps me from behind, tries to pull my mask off. That's the mistake he made. The week before, another gentleman put his hands on my manager. That's another mistake he made. That is the law with the Grapplers and Don Carson. I want everybody to know real clear, don't touch the mask and don't touch the manager. No way, because somebody's going to pay dearly. But I heard another guy here, Mr. Gino Hernandez, he's spouting his mouth off and bragging to everybody about how great a team him and Tully Blanchard is, the dynamic duo. We're the greatest team in the world. Oh, yeah. We're the greatest team you've ever seen. We can't be beat. Well, let me tell you something. I'll make it real clear. Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, let me tell you this right now. When you're the greatest team in the country or in the world, you wear the Southwest Tag Team titles, and they happen to be around the Grappler's waist. That's all I need to say. And if you people don't believe it, or Gino or Tully or anybody else, just watch real close. We're going to this ring right now. We're going to prove it to you.
There you have the Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Masked Grapplers of Don Carson, about to go in the ring against Wahoo McDaniel and Scott Casey. So let's join our ring announcer, Sam Menaker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. One fall, 10-minute time limit from parts unknown at a combined weight of 492 pounds. The Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Grapplers, 1 and 2. And their manager, the reprehensible one, Don Carson. And the opposite corner we have from Amarillo, Texas, 236 pounds, the wrestling cowboy, none other than Scott Casey. And his partner from Midland, Texas, 270, the one and only Wahoo McDaniel.
Well, the introductions are over now. Wahoo McDaniel and Scott Casey against the Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Grapplers, 1 and 2, managed by Don Carson. It is Grappler number 1 starting against Wahoo McDaniel. And it's the first time for me to watch the Chief in action here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. He was here before I came. What an outstanding wrestler he is. Had a lot of big battles in Southwest Championship Wrestling, and he is back. Wahoo takes that arm. Grappler tries to knock him back. Wahoo holds on. Oh, the Wahoo grabs him by the arm, whips him across the ring, chops the legs out from underneath it. The other Grappler comes in, and Wahoo goes to chop him. And number 2 bails out of there in a hurry. He saw what happened to number 1, and he didn't want any part of it, so he just get out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching this excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling coming to you from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas.
I think that the Grapplers, every opportunity they get, will go on the outside of the ring, because this is part of their defensive strategy. And of course, the manager, Don Carson, the reprehensible one, I don't think he'll phase a guy like Wahoo McDaniel or Scott Casey, for that matter. It's really colorful to see a cowboy and an Indian team up.
That's right. That's what we got. The people yell, Wahoo, Wahoo. There's a boot. Wahoo. Twist, turn. Down goes Grappler number 1. Wahoo McDaniel holds on, tags out to Scott Casey. Casey in kicking as Wahoo held the arm for him. Now Wahoo gets out of the ring. Scott Casey, very popular, very exciting in the ring. Backed into the corner. Grappler number 1 in front. Forearm on the break. Forearm to the back. Another forearm. Whipped into the turnbuckle. And a big elbow knocks a cowboy down. Uh-oh. There's a tag. Grappler didn't see the tag. Atomic drop. Here comes a payback. Atomic drop. How about one for Grappler number 2? Yeah. That's what you call cleaning house.
He really did the job with those atomic drops. He drives him into that knee. He doesn't just drop him, he drives him in there. He jars the spine. Now look at John Carson. He's awfully worried. And who can blame him?
Well, Wahoo McDaniel really generates the excitement in the crowd. Wahoo holding on to the arm of grappler number 2 in there now. Casey trying to reach over to get a tag. Let's see if the Wahoo McDaniel tags out. Wahoo still holding on. I believe he could tag if he wanted to. Let's see if he elects to stay in the ring. No, he makes a tag. There's a tag.
Well, this is something that's so important in tag team matches. Quick tags, always keeping a fresh man in there. Sometimes an inexperienced wrestler may wait too long to make a tag.
That's right. You got to get in there, do the damage, get out, get a breather, let your partner take care of things, come back. Teamwork. A lot of guys get in tag team matches and they don't know how to work with their partner. The grapplers are very skilled at tagging in and out and helping their partner. Grappler number 1 against Casey. Oh, and Casey laid that one on him, knocked him down. Casey with a snap mirror. Casey with a knee. Casey grabs the arm, puts a twist in it. Little hair pulling. Little hair pulling there as the grappler got Casey down by pulling the hair. A knee up from grappler number 2 outside the ring. Grappler number 1 whipped Casey into it. Now you saw grappler number 1 blocking until grappler 2 could come in. He puts a bat breaker on Casey. He's thrown off. Oh, Casey got those knees up there. Sweeps the legs out from underneath the grappler. Grappler doing a little punching. This is grappler number 2. There's a tag. Casey gets rid of him, but the other grappler had already tagged in. There's an elbow smash from the legal grappler in the ring, number 1. Quick teamwork. Big body slam here, Sam.
A powerful body slam, no doubt. Oh, an elbow across the midsection. And Scott looks a little bit the worse for wear right now, although most wrestlers, including Scott, have quick recuperative powers. There's a beautiful kick and a quick tag.
Wahoo McDaniel, the chief from Midland, Texas, in the ring. Oh, boy. The grappler decides, I had enough of this guy. I'm going to get out. Look at him just throw him around. He's throwing 245 pounds around like it weighs about 2 pounds.
He's a powerhouse, and he's...
Oh, man. Oh, Wahoo slams that shoulder into that turnbuckle. There's a tag across the way. One grappler holds, the other one does the damage. This grappler number 1 in the ring now. Snaps him down. Inside. Key lock on that elbow.
Oh, there's a painful one, Steve. And this is the first time Wahoo's in trouble in this match. And it could be very bad for him right now. This is an extremely painful hold. But he's tough. He's going to battle his way out of it. Here comes the other grappler. Oh, man.
Knee to the back. Drops that weight across that left arm. They know now he does it. He steps inside, locks that arm. He keys it up, locks it in.
They're going to keep working on that arm now. This is the first time Wahoo's been in trouble. They're going to punish that arm, hoping to make him give up. I don't think he will. He's tough.
Oh, there's a big chop. Grappler holds on. Wahoo really feeling the pain now. He's a long way from Casey, but he knocks him off. Can get over to tag out to Casey. Wahoo McDaniel can't make the tag as the other grappler tags in now. This is grappler number 1. They are really working on that left arm. Wahoo McDaniel tries to knock him off, hadn't got rid of him yet. Oh, what a big open hand. Oh, another one. Oh, there's a tag. Can Wahoo tag out? Yes, he makes the tag. In comes the Cowboy, Scott Casey. Casey is mad, and I don't blame him. Down goes one grappler. There's a kick from the other one. Casey grabs grappler number 2. Has him up. Sleeper hold. In comes grappler number 1. In comes Wahoo McDaniel. All 4 men getting into the action. a side backbreaker. Oh, he's got the grappler down, but the referee is tied up over there. Grappler is loading the boot. The grappler is rolling the boot. He kicks Scott Casey in the top of the head with it. The grappler had loaded the boot. Scott Casey is down. He is out. The grappler is on top of him. There's 1, 2, 3. Whoa, McDaniel comes over, but it's too late. As Scott Casey felt the loaded boot in the back of the head, Casey and McDaniel go down in the face of the grapplers of Don Carson, and we'll be back with Tully Blanchard right after this.
Down around Texas way, and
I want to ask you something right now. I want to ask you an important question. I told the Mid-South promotion, I said, if I come over there, I want the toughest competition you can find and throw in that ring me right now. Well, I want you to take a look what's coming out here. You call that tough competition? I want the best they have to offer. But there's a personal reason we came here, too, and his name is Ricky Morton. He's been down here crying about the grappler's hurt his leg, and he's going to get even for it. Well, if he's going to get even for it, why didn't you do it down in Texas, boy? We had to chase you all the way to the Mid-South. Well, I'll promise you something right now, sir. He can cry about it and say all he wants to. I'm fixing to go in this ring and show you what the grapplers are made out of. We're going to beat these boys in about 30 seconds. You just hang on to your hat. And I'm not going to leave this arena until Morton brings his jank-leg partner Gibson out here, and they prove themselves right here. Here's your chance, Morton. Come on and do something about it, boy. Step in the ring with the grapplers. Now hang on and watch this.
the grapplers headed for the ring. Their opponents, Bobby Fulton and Robert Reed. Yeah.
So again, just like the last match we had with the Rock and Roll Express, they last 30 seconds. This one has the same look to it.
And all four of them in the ring, you're right. One of the grapplers with Bobby Fulton, the other with Robert Reed. Grapplers said they're going to wrap it up quick here. They're unhappy. They're mad.
I sure don't envy the job of the referee trying to clear him out of the ring. Bobby Fulton on the outside. The grapplers, oh, a double elbow to Robert Reed. Teamwork. Fulton knocked to the floor once again. There it is. A 1, 2, 3. There goes Robert Reed. Oh, onto the floor. Who are they yelling for?
They're yelling for Rick Morton. They are the team that hurt Rick Morton's leg and had him out of action for some time, for several weeks. And they are in here now, and they say they're after Morton again. And one of the grapplers in the interview said they were going to beat these guys in 30 seconds. It went 35.
Assist Robert Reed.
Yeah, it was Ken Laker, David Johnson. They grabbed them.
Throwing them right into the ring. The referee, Jerry Calhoun. Is this another match? Oh, neck breaker. One of the grapplers, the David Johnson. The action is fast and furious. Bobby Fulton and Robert Reed now leaving the area. To the second rope, one of the grapplers across the knee. Oh! It's a knee across the throat. The grapplers proceeding to beat another team.
That would win 20.
There you go, out of the ring again. Well, that's 4 wrestlers.
That's right. That's 2 matches they've won here, if you want to look at it that way. The grapplers are still yelling for the Rock and Roll Express, especially Rick Morton. Rick Morton and Robert Gibson, they want to say, here they come.
Look out. There it is. Oh, look at the Express explode on the grapplers. A series of right hands. They got the grapplers down. They got them reeling. Look at them go. Oh, reverses into the ropes. Ricky Morton. Oh, up and over. Backdrop. What's he doing to his boat? One of the grapplers tapping the boat. Oh, a kick. Morton down. Robert Gibson slugging it out in the corner. One of the grapplers got Morton by the hair. A big right hand. Gibson in the corner again. Grappler number 2 turning the tide there. Oh my God, we got 3 matches. We had 3 tag teams. Look, oh, Ricky Morton in trouble. Robert Gibson in trouble. Outside the ring. There they go again. On the outside.
They got Ricky's head cut open, Steve.
It is. We can see it. Oh, Morton fires back. The grappler into the ring post. Outside, there goes Gibson. Another one of the grapplers on the outside of the ring. Look out, on the floor. Where's the promoter? The referee can't break it up. Toe to toe, look at this action. Robert Gibson, they've already wrestled one time. Look at the series of rights. Look at them, they're rocking and rolling in the ring. Hard to say who's taking the beating in this one. Ricky Morton definitely has. They're going for the mask. Morton going for the mask. Gibson's getting the better now. Grappler number 2, the mask. Well, it looks like it's coming off. He's trying to get it off. Morton still bleeding. The promoter, Eddie Marlin's out here trying to get the mask off. David Johnson still sitting by the ringside. The grappler still, a hasty retreat. Ricky Morton all the way back. Robert Gibson.
Look out.
Look out, look out.
Still out here on the floor battling.
The promoter's out here. The referee's out here. The wrestlers have come out to Ricky Morton into the post. Here they come again. Here they come again. Look out for the chair.
Steve, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
You get yours started. I'll do the fall, the rest period. Woogie! In a blaze of glory. The action is going, and boy, the Rock and Roll Express and Grapplers came to do it. I can tell you that for a fact. Texas death match, and there is the first fall already. 30-second rest period. Remind them. 30-second rest period. First fall is history, and the action underway now in the second fall. The grappler number 2, with the bell sounding, has a 10 count in order to answer it, and he takes another shot. Robert Gibson, Rick Morton against the grapplers in a Texas death match. Big drop kick, and Ricky got him down, and loving it. You can bet on that. Morton going back after him, but the falls don't mean a thing. Remember that. They do not mean anything. It is the one team where both men are ready to answer the bell after a 30-second rest period. Big drop kick. Could be another pin if Ricky wants it. 1, 2, 3, fall number 2. That's 2 falls to zip, just as a matter of scorekeeping for the Rock and Roll Express. Now it's a 10 count as the 30-second rest period is over. 2 falls very quickly by the Rock and Roll Express, and sometimes that is not the best strategy. I'm not saying it isn't here, but a lot of times you will see a team, good teamwork there is from outside the ring. Grappler number 1 grabbed the waist of grappler number 2, held him up when Rick went up in the air for the drop kick. There wasn't anybody to kick. Morton is down hard. We were saying some teams take the opportunity to not even try for a fall. They just inflict punishment, hoping that the man is not going to be able to answer the fall after the rest period. Robert Gibson cheering his partner on, and Morton slammed down again. Grappler number 1. Ooh, and Morton really took an atomic knee that time. Crunched his spine when he slammed him down on it. Let's see what kind of strategy the grapplers use. They haven't tried for a pin as yet. The knee and Morton staggering along the ropes. Down goes Ricky. And still, the grapplers have not tried to go for a pin. Remembering that falls don't count. Here he goes. 2, and Rick kicks out. We're in the 3rd fall of action. Texas death match. Big elbow, and Morton really getting slammed around that ring now. Grappler number 1 in, and he is really slamming the boot to Rick Morton. Robert Gibson coming around to try to help his partner out in the event he needs it. And a grappler. Morton slammed down on that concrete floor as the grappler really got on him. Robert Gibson over to protect his partner. Rock and Roll Express in the 3rd fall of action. There are 2 falls up, but again, that is only academic and something to talk about. It doesn't have anything to do with the outcome of it. Morton slammed in and really caught hard with that forearm coming off the rope. In the air over the shoulder. The other one on the top rope slams Morton down. Anything goes in a Texas death. They think they've got Morton. They got him right there. 3rd fall goes to the Grapplers. They really unleashed one on Rick Morton. Seconds to go. 30-second total rest period. We're 5 seconds away from Morton having to get up in the air and get back on his feet. There it is. He's got to make it. The other grappler, while the referee's back was turned, jumped in there and kicked him right in the head. I don't know whether Morton's going to be able to get it or not. Robert trying to get him up, give him a little encouragement. Look at young Rick. He's really moving. Got himself up on his feet, slammed, and look at him come back, but he's down again. But not out of it. He just grabbed him, waist-locked him, slammed him down, and Morton fighting for his very life right here as the grapplers poured it to him. Woo, they really fired on that ear. Banged him hard. Morton. Grappler is over the top rope, and there's no disqualification in a Texas Tornado death match. That's why they didn't get him coming off the top rope. Anything goes. The only thing that stops it is when one man cannot continue, and on the concrete, a big body slam on Rick Morton. He scooped him, took him high in the air, and bounced him off the concrete. Morton will be hurting a long time after that one. Robert Gibson trying to help him up. And the referee says, get away, you can't help him. once again. Grappler number 2 jumps down and laces him one while he's on the concrete and the referee's back was turned. Even if he's counted outside the ring, and it may not be bad strategy, he still has a 10 count after the rest period is over to get back in the ring. Over the top, big suplex. He really brought him in. That's going to be it. Count of 3. So the Grapplers even it up in terms of falls. Rick now in the middle of a second rest period as the referee grabs a leg and says, get back. Paul Morton doing the best he can do with all this wild action of a Texas death match. 10 seconds to go, and Morton's got to answer a bell. He's been bounced twice, 3 times during this rest period. 2 seconds, 1, bang, and that's it. He's got to get up. Robert Gibson saying, come on, Ricky, get it up, get it up. And a count tolling away. He's on his feet, but leaning on the rope. And a Grappler goes after him. Morton, good move. Side suplex. When Rick brought him down, he hit his own head. He was off balance, staggered as he was. Rick trying to get that boot off. That's the one that the Grappler has been accused of loading, and we have seen him on too many occasions. Uh-oh, big brawl starting. We're in the middle of the 5th fall. Morton's head slammed against the chair. Ricky down, and there's another cover. I'm a little bit surprised. And finally a 3 count as the 5th fall goes to the Grapplers. Ricky slammed into the chair. Really infuriated the Grappler when he went after that boot, but Rick was just trying to prove something he's been saying all along, that so-called orthopedic boot is a lot of garbage. It's an offensive weapon for the Grapplers. 5 seconds to go. Bell, and there it is. The rest period is over. Morton has got a 10 count again. Boy, could he use a tag on Robert Gibson. Rick's head slammed into the top turnbuckle. We're in fall number 6. Rick hammering away, but he stopped short, but he whips on a reversal, and both the Grappler and Morton down, and a count will go. We may get a bell here as neither one of them can get up. The Grappler comes in, Roberts in, and now he goes after Morton. Robert really slammed him. Robert had a chain. Yep, I got to tell you, he had a chain. Put him down, and there's a count. Unless my eyes deceive me, Robert did in fact have a chain. I don't blame him. Ricky is still down. The Grappler down. If the bell rings, it'll be the first one up, I believe. If it's past the 10 count. And the count is now at 3. Ricky's starting to stir. The Grappler moving. Rick as close as he's been to the corner and tag Robert, but he doesn't know where he is. He's lost his location. The Grappler falls back down. Ricky is up, and he gets it. He's the winner. That is going to be in fall number 7, the Rock and Roll Express. Seventh fall, the beginning of the seventh fall, and the Rock and Roll Express win it.
The winning finish, time 1 fall, 60 minutes, 5 minutes, all referee.
There's the bell as we begin our opening match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Tag team action is the Masked Grapplers managed by Don Carson against Ricky Morton and El Santo Negro. The referee is Jack Howe. It's Ricky Morton starting against grappler number 1.
Yes, Steve Stack. Ken Lucas has got exactly 1 week from right now to make an appearance and also defend those tag team titles.
Well, we'll wait and see if Ken Lucas can make it. Of course, Don Carson doesn't want Ken Lucas to make it because he wants to get those belts somewhere around the waist of the Masked Grapplers. Well, back here with me, ladies and gentlemen, the Commissioner of Southwest Championship Wrestling, Lou Thez. And Lou, the excitement continues in the ring.
Yes, thank you very much, Steve. I'm very happy to be back with you here. And these are very, very exciting matches. You got some fine young athletes out there tonight, and they're really vying to get close to the Southwest Championship Wrestling situation.
Looky here, 2 men dropping him.
They're all muscle men today.
Well, both grapplers in the ring trying to punish Ricky Morton, and they're doing a good job of it right now. Morton comes bouncing off the ropes and an elbow knocks the grappler down. That's grappler number 1. There's a tag. El Santo Negro makes his way into the ring. El Santo Negro, the masked man from Guadalajara, Mexico, takes the grappler number 1 down. El Santo Negro holding on to the grappler. Ooh, look at the grappler pick El Santo Negro up, drop him down on his head. El Santo Negro in a bad place now as he's over there in the corner. The grappler's number 1 is tagged back in. Shoulder thrown into the turnbuckle by the grappler. Big slam coming here. Grappler reaching in. Locks the arm back in the hammerlock position of El Santo Negro. Backs up, tags out. In comes grappler number 2. Big punch there, and that drops El Santo Negro to his knees. Slam on El Santo Negro as Santo Negro trying to get over to tag out Ricky Morton.
Yes, that's really some kind of a move.
There's a punch now as they begin to lay it in there on El Santo Negro. Big slam. Boy, these masked grapplers are something else.
They've really been coached expertly. You know, we can say what we want, but when they have the unison and the teamwork that these fellas have, they do a fantastic job, and they're very, very difficult to cope with because they know exactly when to tag in and exactly when to get out, and they really have done a great job. I don't care for some of the antics that go in there, but give credit where it's due, and they're doing a great job.
Big double elbows there as both grapplers are in the ring. There's Ricky Morton come in to help out. Well, turnabout's fair play. number 2 grappler in the ring. He tags out the number 1. A headbutt. Down goes El Santo Negro. An armbar. El Santo Negro trying to tag out to Ricky Morton. In comes the other grappler, and down goes El Santo Negro, and I don't know how he got that leverage around there, but some reason El Santo Negro went down, Lou.
Yes, well, he had his arm twisted pretty well. There's a breaking point, you know, where you either got to go or just get injured, so there's you got to get that go along with it.
Well, El Santo Negro's been in there a long time. He needs to get out of there if he can. He'd like to let Ricky Morton come in, but he's been unable to get over there and make the tag. Oh, El Santo Negro does now. He did it that time. Morton in there. Drop kick. Drop kick. Oh, he grabs the grappler, has him in the air. Atomic drop. Down goes grappler number 1. Cross body block.
The little guy's a ball of fire, isn't he?
He sure is. Carson being warned by the referee about interfering. There's a slam now. There. Ricky Morton grabs the grappler, whips him across the ring. El Santo Negro crosses up there with those double hands right across the chest. Here he comes, off the ropes, over the top he goes, and a boot right to the midsection of El Santo Negro. El Santo Negro finds himself being suplexed by the grappler number 1, who now tags out and lets number 2 come in. Number 2 is up on the middle rope. Oh, he come off there, clotheslined him off the ropes. There's a count. Did he get it? Did he get the count? There it is. Yes, he did. He got the 3. My view was blocked. He got the 3. He came off of the...
Again, you know, that's what I was saying, that teamwork. We can't... Carson is... I don't approve of some of his antics, but he does a terrific job with his men.
Well, he come off the middle rope, clotheslined him. El Santo Negro's down. The Masked Grapplers win it here on Southwest Championship Wrestling over El Santo Negro and Ricky Morton. We'll be back for the World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Bockwinkel, right after this.
I want those championship belts, which we rightfully own. I want them put around these men's waists. These men are your Southwest Heavyweight Champions, ladies and gentlemen, because the last time that we wrestled Lucas and Morton, they were pinned. Morton was pinned for the count of 8.
You know something I don't understand? Since we've acquired the service of Mr. Don Carson, we told you people we were after one thing only. That's those tag team titles.
And we got it.
We hurt Lucas and put him out of wrestling for 8 weeks.
Right.
They didn't give him 2 cents. Then we pinned Morton for over an 8 count.
We did it.
And we're screaming, count. We're telling the referee, count. He's hollering, I'm hollering. Everybody's hollering it. They let him walk out of the ring with the titles. You're looking at your Southwest tag team champions right here. If you don't believe me, watch what happens to these 2 old boys in this ring right here tonight.
The greatest combination tag team in the world today, ladies and gentlemen, the Masked Grapplers. Now, when you are good, when you are fantastic, when you're sensational, they call you the Grapplers. So if you want to, beat us.
If you can, brother.
Got it. The greatest in the world, Steve.
To the ring they go now.
Now, I want the Southwest Tag Team titles put around these men's waists.
You have to win them.
Then you watch what happens right here. Fellas, I want you to do it, and do it right.
You got it.
Steve, watch what happens right here.
I am going to watch.
You are going to watch what happens right here, and you're going to love it.
Let's go to the ring
We
now.
have had enough, and you watch. Now, what happens to 2 men, and we will make believers out of those 2 men. Are you ready for it?
I am ready.
I hope you are.
Thank you very much. Into the ring they go. The bell is sounded. It is grappler number 1 starting out against Terry Daniels. Nice fireman's carry there by grappler number 1. Side headlock by the grappler. Daniels trying to knock him off. Off the rope comes Daniels. Oh, he went over the top of the grappler. A nice drop kick from Terry Daniels, and grappler number 1 says, let me out of here. He goes out, tags, in comes number 2. Pretty hard to tell the difference of these two big men. Both of them about the same size, weigh the same, 245 pounds. That's for a combined weight of 490 pounds. Eric Embry from Cloverport, Kentucky, now in the ring against grappler number 2. Over the top goes Embry. Oh, the grappler turned around. Embry caught him with that shoulder and knocked him down. Nice side headlock and a hip toss, and down goes a grappler. Managed by the fabulous Don Carson. He's the one that says fabulous, not me. Oh, grappler, get out of the way. Oh, Embry come leaping off of that middle rope, and the grappler wasn't there. Here's a tag. A double atomic drop there as both grapplers had Embry up. Daniels started in. He is told to get out. A kick to the back of the leg muscles by the grappler number 1, and now he tags out. In comes number 2, and they are punishing the left leg of Eric Embry. A grappler holding on to the leg of Eric Embry. That is grappler number 2 in the ring. Reaches back, makes a tag. Number 1 comes in. Embry being dragged over into the corner to make sure that he can't reach out, crawl out, and reach across and tag Terry Daniels, his partner. The grapplers are punishing the left leg of Eric Embry. Grappler number 2 is back in. Grappler number 1 comes back as they make another tag. Sign of a good tag team combination. Remember, for information on our souvenirs or our programs, right, Southwest Championship Wrestling, 831 Fulton Street, San Antonio, Texas. 78212 is the zip code. The phone number, area code 512-732-0883. Grappler number 1 drops the left leg across his knee. And Embry, I don't believe if he could get up, could stand up. He is really taking a punishment on that left leg. Grappler number 1 tags back in. Embry would like to figure out how to get over. Tag out to Terry Daniels, his partner. Can't make it. Don Carson yelling instructions over there in the corner. Embry kicks the grappler off. But the grappler comes right back to the leg. Embry kicks him off again. This time he twists him over. Can Embry get over to Daniels? He flies to the air and he makes it. Daniels is in. Terry Daniels grabs the grappler, whips him across the ring, gets in front, high in air with a backflip. A drop kick puts grappler number 2 down. Off the ropes comes grappler again. Oh. He got a blow in there on Daniels that time. Daniels looked like he was going for another backflip, but he couldn't get it. It's Daniels off the rope. This time he knocks the grappler down. This time the grappler picks him up, slams him hard to the mat. Tag. Grappler number 1 is the legal man in the ring. Daniels is held by number 2 and is clotheslined by number 1 off of that middle rope. The clothesline that put Ken Lucas in the hospital has been used on Terry Daniels, and the young man is down. So Don Carson, not only wanting to win, he wanted to injure. He does it again here on Terry Daniels as his grapplers defeat Terry Daniels and Eric Embry. Stay tuned, because we'll be back with more right after this.
I've gone against a lot of tough men in my time that thought that they could beat me in this. I'm the master of this, and I guarantee you I can prove it. And I'll tell you one thing. Bobby Jaggers, you go and you call me a Rexall cowboy. That doesn't bother me at all. You knock my clothes, you knock my hat, that doesn't bother me at all. But let me tell you something, you big fat slob. You're calling my quarter horse a mule, and I tell you, nobody gets away with that, because my horse, if you took 4 years and lined him up in a relay, wouldn't be able to match my one horse. And I'll tell you, if you've got enough guts, I'll get you out in this ring and just prove to you what a real cowboy is. Now, you can call me Rexall all day long. You can stand there and hee-haw and say, I've hurt a lot of people with that pad on my arm. That's fine and good. But I've hurt a lot of people with this cowbell, and I plan on doing a little bit more hurting in this area, because I'm going to prove to Texas and to Kansas and the whole United States what a cowboy really is. If you've got enough guts to get out here and just take me on. You
now, Eric Embry and Scott Casey as they take on the Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Mass Grapplers, managed by Don Carson. You can see the Grapplers now getting into the ring. Casey and Embry are already there. What a tag team match this ought to be. Don't forget, send in your most popular wrestler votes to Southwest Championship Wrestling. Address it to the most popular wrestling contest. 1704 Blanco Road, San Antonio, Texas. Zip code 78212. There's the bell. The match begins with a cowboy, Scott Casey, who makes his home in Amarillo, Texas, going against Grappler number 1. And nobody really knows where the Grapplers are from. Reversal, switch, hammerlock, tag, Grappler number 2 in. Grappler number 2 to the armbar. Casey takes it, reverse it. There's a reversal back the other way. Casey sweeps the legs out from underneath. Grappler number 2. Tag. Grappler number 1 decides to come back in, and Scott Casey tags out to his partner, Eric Embry. Oh, he's kicked off after they switched the leg dive there for a moment, and then it was Embry being kicked off. Embry comes bouncing up, throws a Grappler down. Side headlock by Eric Embry. Bouncing off the ropes, and an elbow knocks the legs out from underneath him. The Grappler number 2 reaches down and switch from the head to the arm to the leg. Oh, and Embry kicks him and turns him over. Grappler number 1 back in. There's the tag. Casey coming in. Scott Casey holding on to the head of Grappler number 1. A little hair pulling as the Grappler reached up, got him a handful. Head of Casey slammed into the turnbuckle. Grappler number 1 holds as Grappler number 2 hit him, and now as an elbow knocks the leg out from underneath Casey. Grappler's got him covered up. There's the count. It's 2, and Scott Casey kicks out. There's a tag. Grappler number 1 back in. And knee there. Exchange blows. Oh, and down goes the Grappler. Casey high in the air, knee across the chest. Casey stays on him. Goes over and takes care of the other Grappler. Casey over the top. Drop kick. Down goes the Grappler. The other one's in. An arm drag puts him down. And both Grapplers decide to bail out of there. Well, they thought they wanted some of Scott Casey, but it didn't take them too long to find out that they didn't want that much. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. Side headlock by Casey. They lay on the ropes. It's a grappler whipping Casey across the ring. Whoa, what a collision. And a boot to the midsection puts Casey down on the mat. Carson telling him, hurry up, finish him off. 2-on-1. Double elbows knock Casey down, then grappler number 2 stays in the ring. Grappler number 2 punishing the left arm of the Cowboy, Scott Casey. Grappler number 1 is now tagged in. Yeah, grappler number 1 really comes in with that boot. Throws the left shoulder of Scott Casey into the top turnbuckle. What's he gonna do with him? Shoulder breaker. Casey down. 1, 2, and Scott Casey kicks out. Casey trying to make a tag. He can't get away. He takes the legs of the grappler and knocks him down, but unable to get over to reach Eric Embry. Grappler pulling him back to his corner. Number 2 is tagged back in. 1 holds him until 2 gets there, and he throws an elbow into that injured arm. Casey flipped over. Oh. Steps inside. That elbow has him keyed up and locked tight. Casey grabs the mask, pulls the grappler off of him. Casey trying to get over to reach Embry, but he couldn't get there. Grappler number 1 back in. Right to the injured shoulder. Back to the arm. Casey gets a count of 1 on him. Casey reaching up trying to grab the mask. He's trying to take the mask off the grappler. Casey trying to hook underneath that mask and pull it off. Casey's really hurting in that left shoulder. Ducked underneath that one. A drop kick, down goes grappler number 1. Casey would love to get out of there. He's having a hard time with that left arm, and he just doesn't quite make it. Tag in the grappler's corner. Number 2 back in. Casey only able to throw a punch with that right arm, and there they go back to the left. Elbow to the top of the head. Casey trying to get out, trying to reach Eric Embry. Grappler number 2 tagged out. It's 1 in the ring now. Slam. Going up on the middle rope. Elbow, and Casey just barely gets out of the way. Casey putting some haymakers in there now. Grabs the grappler by the arm, whips him across the ring, gets in front, flips him over. In comes the other grappler. He knocks him out of the ring. Carson takes care of him. Grappler number 1 kicks Casey down, and Casey made the tag. Eric Embry, and it could be all over. No, it isn't. Oh, Embry came in. Almost pinned grappler number 1. Over the top goes the grappler with that big backflip from Embry. Embry reaches in, has him up for a slam. Embry goes for a drop kick. The grappler wasn't there. An elbow, Embry's not there. Over the top. Oh, lights out. Did you see that? Grappler from outside the ring helping out. Don Carson is smiling, and the grappler puts the fire out of Eric Embry. Embry and Scott Casey. Stay tuned, because Mike Graham against Bobby Jaggers right after them. In the state of Florida, man, you've had many Carson go into the ring. They have come by here to stand, and this is their manager, the fabulous Don Carson.
Steve, I'm the happiest man in America today.
Why?
I got the greatest tag team in the world, ladies and gentlemen. The Southwest Tag Team Heavyweight Champions, the Grapplers. You can't get any finer than the Grapplers. They are right up on top. They got intelligence. They have the body to get the job done. If they have to, they walk over people. And I heard you out here a while ago, you were naming off names of the little sisters around the country. They might be the winners of this, that, and the other. How do you know that this gentleman right here might not be the greatest athlete in the world? Or this one right over here? The people have a choice.
That's right.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, the finest manager in the world today is telling you that if you vote for these men right here, you are voting for a winner, right, partner?
Right, you know, Don, everybody likes a winner. Nobody likes to be a loser.
That's it.
I can understand that. If you people out there want to get behind some winners, you'd better get behind yours truly, Mr. Don Carson and his Grapplers. That's what we've been doing ever since we've been here. And that's the reason we got these Southwest Tag Team titles, because we're the best. People, they got a name for you, but you're the greatest wrestlers in wrestling today. They don't call you great wrestlers. They call you the Grapplers. Beat us if you can.
Steve, it's great. It's great to be number one, and we love it. We're just like the Super Bowl champions. We are up on top, and we are number one.
And now they're going into the ring where their opponents will be Rick Quick Draw McGraw and El Santo Negro. So let's go to the ring with the referee, Jack Howe. Referee Jack Howe into the ring with Rick McGraw and El Santo Negro. And Don Carson puts the Grapplers, the Southwest Tag Team Champions, in the ring. Their title is not on the line tonight. And the crowd, it's another tremendous crowd here at the Junction in San Antonio, Texas tonight, where Southwest Championship Wrestling is taped every Monday night, 8:30 starting time in San Antonio. So if you're in town, come on out. We'd like to see you. Oh, Rick McGraw really lays one on Grappler number one. Rick McGraw, 228 pounds, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The Grappler with a forearm to the back. Grappler reaches in, has McGraw up, slams him to the mat, covers him up. Here's a count, and it was just one. Grappler number two now tags into the ring. Both Grapplers whip McGraw across the ring. McGraw holds onto the rope as he saw the Grapplers over there ready to knock him down, and he got there with a drop kick and kicked them both down. Another drop kick from Rick McGraw. An arm drag by McGraw, and hey, this guy can fly. Rick McGraw, Grappler number two. Now it's Grappler number one, tagging back in. Don't forget the most popular wrestler contest, 1704 Blanco Road, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 7212. Vote for your favorite wrestling star. Grappler knocks McGraw off, goes with a forearm to the back now, elbow to the top of the head. McGraw comes up swinging. They exchange blows. Continue to swing him out. And it's a Grappler in the corner. He's grabbed by McGraw, taken all the way across, thrown into the turnbuckle, goes in, comes up with a monkey flip. Oh, he flips him out of there. The other Grappler comes into the ring, and both Grapplers now, big monkey flipped out of that corner. And Don Carson can't believe it. What moves from Rick Quick Draw McGraw. Let's see where that quick draw comes from. Oh, the fans are going wild. McGraw has the Grappler down. That is Grappler number one. In tags El Santo Negro. He goes to the arm. Really has a twisted back. El Santo Negro tags out. He holds the grappler till McGraw comes in, throws an elbow into that arm that El Santo Negro had all twisted up. Off the ropes, it's McGraw's elbow, knocks him down. Now a kick from the grappler. McGraw's head slammed into the turnbuckle by grappler number 1. In comes grappler number 2 now as McGraw's whipped into the ropes, and this time it's a double elbows from the grapplers. They have McGraw down. He wasn't out. McGraw trying to punch it from down on his knees, but you can see grappler number 2 with those elbows top of the head continues to control the match. In comes grappler number 1. Oh. McGraw somehow standing. Atomic drop. In behind goes McGraw, and he gives the grappler an atomic drop. So Rick, quick draw McGraw, holding his own here against the grapplers of Don Carson. Now it's grappler number 2 tagging in. El Santo Negro comes in to help out. It was 2-on-1 for a moment. El Santo Negro come in to help his partner. Here comes McGraw bouncing off the ropes. And the doubled up fist knocks McGraw down. A knee from the grappler. Here's the count. It's 2, and Rick McGraw kicked out from underneath. Oh, a double atomic drop. McGraw is hurting now. Grappler number 1 has him covered up, and it was 2. Grappler number 1 would probably like to back over and tag out to grappler number 2. Let's see if that's what he's trying to do. He does. Grappler number 2 holding on that left arm of Rick McGraw. Has it bent up right into the shoulder. There's a tag. Number 1 grappler back in the ring. Ooh, he had a fist in the midsection to Rick McGraw. McGraw snatches him, puts him down. Didn't get him for the 3 count, though. McGraw off the ropes with a forearm, knocks the grappler back. A kick. Lays one to the side of the head, and now some nice punches there from McGraw. Down goes the grappler. In comes grappler number 2, and he's greeted with a punch. Grappler number 1 is slammed by Rick McGraw. So quick draw has outdrawn him tonight. There goes the other grappler down. Grappler number 1 hits the deck, and Don Carson just can't believe what's going on. The grappler whipping McGraw across the ring. Got in front for a backflip, but McGraw kicks him down, tags out. El Santo Negro comes in. Oh, did he lay one on the grappler? Flies through the air. Knocked the grappler down. A drop kick. El Santo Negro flying around this ring. Oh, he went for a flip there, and the grappler got an elbow to the back of the neck, and El Santo Negro is hurt. Grappler number 1 holds him, puts a backbreaker on him, and grappler number 2 comes diving off that middle rope, and El Santo Negro is hurt. There's the 3 count. Rick McGraw could not get in. McGraw had really cleaned house for a while. They continue to punch it out with McGraw, but El Santo Negro was pinned for the count of 3 as the grappler number 2 came off the middle rope as grappler number 1 was holding him across the knee. And Rick McGraw and El Santo Negro go down as the losers against the Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Grapplers. We'll be back with more right after this. Heavyweight champion here on for the Southwest Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers from Houston, Texas at 230 pounds, gorgeous Gino Hernandez. And his partner from San Antonio, Texas, at 236 pounds, Tully Blanchard. Their opponents, the fabulous Don Carson, presents from parts unknown with a combined weight of 490 pounds, the Southwest Tag Team Champions, the Grapplers. One fall, TV time remaining.
Well, folks, what you're going to see here tonight is a rarity. I've never seen it done before. The Southwest Tag Team Championship belts are up for grabs. The Grapplers and their manager, Don Carson, is over here coaxing his men. They're going against Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. You've got four guys that are just about equal in ability, size, and agility. And I really don't know who to root for in this match, Steve, because you've got the champions, you've got the former champions. Both teams will do anything in their power to win these belts. And this is a rarity. It's never been done before on television.
I know, and they had that big challenge last week, and I didn't think the Grapplers would accept it, but Don Carson says he'll accept any challenge. He took it here. Right now, it's the Grappler number 1 going against gorgeous Gino Hernandez. Oh, Jack Howe really getting on the Grappler.
I tell you what, when it's a championship match like this, you know Jack's going to be extra sharp. As I can see, Grappler number 1's in there. He's always an aggressive type wrestler, a go behind, a takedown, a sit out by Gino. Grappler staying on him, but Gino wisely goes to the ropes and trips the Grappler. Typical move by one Gino Hernandez.
You know, you're watching a championship match. It's not too often you see one on television with the titles on the line. Southwest Championship Wrestling, we give you the best.
Absolutely, Steve. You've got Tully Blanchard and Grappler number 2 in there. These guys are virtually the same size, all four of them. Whoa.
Oh, what a fist. Oh.
Change blows and look like Tully got the worst end of it. The Grapplers are out there. They want to keep these belts, Steve. They're a cherished, coveted thing, and they're not about to give them up easily. I tell you what, these men are out there fighting fire with fire.
Well, the Grapplers talking over that Don Carson has given them instructions. He's given plenty of instructions before they got in the ring. Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez, they've wrestled together, I guess, 5, 6, 7 years. They know each other move. Here you see a full Nelson being applied by Grappler number 2. Hernandez comes in. Oh, and Grappler turned him around, and Hernandez hit his own man.
That's absolutely right. Anything can happen in pro wrestling. It's the quickest sport known to man, and it's the oldest sport known to man, and I tell you what, it's the greatest sport as far as I'm concerned. Here you see these Grapplers work as a team. One held Tully while the other one belted him. A big flying elbow by the Grappler number 1 sends Tully's crashing to the floor.
Oh, head slammed into that turnbuckle. Grappler number 1 with a snap mare has Blanchard down the center of the ring, an elbow. Here comes the count. Just one. Blanchard quickly kicking out of there. I think he'd like to tag out the Gino.
I think he would too, but you know, you can't underestimate Tully Blanchard. This guy's got it all together. You may not like the way he wrestles, or you may not like the way the other three wrestle. But as far as Tully goes, he knows where he's at all the time. He's real conscious, but he's in a bind right now. They've got him hooked. They're working on him. They're working on that back now. Big elbows.
I don't want to take away from this match, Scott, but that message that Lou Thez gave us just a moment ago, trying to unify the World Wrestling Championship, I think that's the most exciting announcement I've ever heard in professional wrestling.
So have I. I was really amazed, and I was happy to hear it happen. It couldn't have happened at a better place than right here.
Okay, Blanchard, oh! His shoulder thrown into the turnbuckle. Grappler number 2 comes over after him. Blanchard trying to make a comeback to get rid of him. He wants to get out of there. Does he make it? Yes, he makes it, and Gino Hernandez comes in. I can't really tell who the fans are for because it's a constant yell inside the junction.
That's absolutely right. Looks like Gino's holding his own against both of them. This guy's something else. You get him wound up, it's hard to unwind him. He's throwing elbows, feet, everything he possibly can.
Boy, he's doing a good job on the Grapplers. An elbow on the top of the head. Grappler number 2 hits the mat. Hernandez with a lot of damage on the Grapplers. Grabs number 2, whips him across the ring. Well, he went in front for a backflip, but the Grappler had enough left to get a kick, and he tags out. In comes Grappler number 1.
I tell you what, these Grapplers work well as a team. But as you see, Gino got out of the trouble, too. He tagged out. He's getting Tully Blanchard in. Gino goes for a leg.
There you saw Tully do a smart thing, though. He knew the Grappler was hot, so he stayed back, trying to cool the Grappler down a little bit. Get him to calm down. Get the heat off of him.
That's absolutely right. These guys are stalking each other. Tully's biding his time right now in a big knee to the stomach. Sends the grappler to the mat. Boy, I hit him right in the solar plexus.
A little punching there, I believe.
A little punch or a chop to the throat. It had to go to the throat the way the grappler's laying there in pain. Tully's going up on a second rope. He knows the top rope's automatic DQ and comes off with a big elbow, drops another elbow on him. One, almost a 2 count on him.
Well, about picked up the cheers now. I believe the people are actually cheering for Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez against the grappler. I have never heard them cheer for Tully Blanchard before, but they're doing it here.
Neither have I, Steve. It's amazing. I tell you what, there's a lot of electricity and excitement in the air. You can see these people it's almost, you can see the excitement. The people are chanting, "Go home, Carson."
The grapplers in the ring now. It's grappler number 1.
He's got his double elbow locked there. He's got both elbows locked up.
The action. Grappler number 1 in the ring. Grappler number 2 is trying to get up on that top rope. He comes over the top, I believe, but the referee, did he get on the top rope, Scott?
It looked like he did to me, but the referee didn't catch it. It would have been an automatic disqualification. Gino had a front face lock on him. Now Tully's coming in. He's working that grappler over. They're exchanging blows left and right. Grappler didn't want any more. He rakes the eyes at Tully. Huge elbow, and he's going for the throat. Slammed his fist right in that mat. He comes back, regains his composure. They've got Tully in a bind right now.
Grappler number 1 tags in. Grappler number 2 holds him. You can see the tag team work here. Here comes Blanchard bouncing off the rope. Clotheslined him. Oh, he clotheslined him. He may have got him out.
1, 2. Oh, Tully kicks out.
Here comes the other grappler now. This is 2 tagging back in. They have got Tully Blanchard the bad way right here.
They're like a well-oiled machine, Steve. Dropping knees, dropping elbows, everything they possibly can do. And the people are actually hollering, "Tully, Tully." They want to see him get out of this.
I can't believe it. They're yelling for Tully Blanchard.
I can't believe it either. I wouldn't have believed it unless I'd have seen it and heard it with my own eyes.
Well, I'm not taking anything away from Tully. Don't get me wrong. He's an exciting wrestler, but the fans don't like some of the things he does.
That's absolutely right, Steve.
I'd just soon watch him as anybody in the ring because he is excitement.
Oh, reverse neck breaker. That should have taken a lot of steam out of Tully, but he kicks out. The guy's got a lot of intestinal fortitude. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like his style, but he's giving it his all. Both these teams are. They know that the Southwest Tag Team belts are up, and I tell you what, either team could come out of this match with the belts because they're both capable. They're both great tag teams. But look at Don Carson down there chanting. He's got these guys honed in. He knows their every move. He works out with these guys religiously every day. Tully's inching his way back over to the corner. The tag is made. Gino comes in.
Is the referee going to let him stay? No, he didn't see the tag.
Referee doesn't see the tag.
There's a switch on the other side, Scott.
I tell you, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and these guys will do it, either team. Another big elbow. He's got Tully in a bad way. Tully's fighting back, though.
There's the tag now. Gino Hernandez in. Hernandez grabs grappler number 2. Elbows to the back of the neck. Hernandez whips a grappler. Drop kick. Oh, he got high in the air.
Drop kick. He must have got 6 foot up in the air with that.
He kicked out.
The grappler tries for a tag. Gino's got him by the mask, slams his head into the turnbuckle, and in comes Tully.
Tully Blanchard reaches up and grabs him as the grappler tries to knock him off. Tully throws a knee. Tully has him up for a backbreaker. He's got him down. Here's a count, and it's 2, and the grappler kicks out. That's grappler number 2. Here's a tag the other way. Tully Blanchard is holding him. There was a tag.
Yeah.
Oh, the grappler ducked. Tully Blanchard knocked out. Tully Blanchard knocked down on the apron. Hernandez trying to be slammed. He moves in behind the grappler. Oh, they knocked Blanchard off. He's rolled him up. Hernandez had him rolled up for a 3 count. Gino Hernandez got him rolled up for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3.
A new tag team champion. Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez. The place is bedlam and chaos and pandemonium, all three rolled up together.
There's the belts being given to Gino Hernandez. He hands one to Tully Blanchard. Oh, Blanchard hits him with it. Blanchard hits him with a belt. I can't believe it.
In the face.
Tully Blanchard has turned on Gino Hernandez. What's going on? Look at this.
He's going crazy on him.
Gino just won the championship, and now he's turned on him.
Championship, he turned on him. He looks like he's bleeding from his forehead. The grapplers are standing here. They don't know what's going on. I can't believe this.
I can't either. Tully Blanchard going after Hernandez, and here comes, Hernandez. Blanchard bails out of the way. Now it's the two grapplers on him.
The grapplers are after him. They both are in there. They're both beating on him, and Gino is bleeding profusely from the head, dropping knees on the guy, just doing everything they can. And here's the man
going after him. Remember,
I don't know.
Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez have just won the Southwest Tag Team Championship. No, Scott, you don't need to get down there. There's enough. Well, there goes Hernandez making his comeback. Oh, the grapplers get out of the way. Gino Hernandez won the championship. His partner turned on him. So there you have it. Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard, the new Southwest Tag Team Champions. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. Look at the people are standing up and cheering and yelling for Gino Hernandez. It's hard. Look, listen to this. Listen to the crowd. They love it. They love it. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of exciting Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. What do you got?
I'd like to say to you, Tully Blanchard, you know, you could jump me from behind. You can scar me. But let me tell you something, you little weasel. I know you like nobody else. We've trained together. We've ate together. We've lived together. We've done everything together. But let me tell you right now, I've done a lot of dirty things, but there's no way, even if I tried, that I could ever be as dirty as you scum of the earth. Now, one more thing. You could get up here and talk about what a has-been I am, and you can get up here and say this and say that, and you can run. But I've got the ambition, and I've got the heart, but most important of all, I've got the people.
Southwest Championship Wrestling, as you look at the Southwest Tag Team Champions at 490 pounds. That's a combined weight. The Grapplers, managed by Don Carson. Their opponents, Rick Quick Draw McGraw from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Armando Guerrero from Mexico, now making his home in Los Angeles. So tag team action here at its best as you get the Southwest Tag Team Champions. Referee Jack House has one man from each team. Let's see who's going to start. It is going to be, well, they haven't made up their mind yet. Give us time to tell you. Don't forget, 2 more weeks in the most popular wrestler contest. Send us your votes, 1704 Blanco Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78212, and vote for your favorite wrestler. 2 more weeks to go. It's Armando Guerrero against Grappler #1. Take him off the ropes. They're grapplers of Don Carson. Very skilled. They work excellent as a tag team combination. Up comes grappler #1 and grabs Guerrero. Whips him across the ring. And an elbow knocks Armando Guerrero down, and grappler #2 is tagged in. Snap bear, grappler #2, an elbow, and Guerrero wasn't there. Tag across the other way now as Quick Draw McGraw has made his way into the ring, and he drop kicks Grappler number 2. Hip toss, a 1 count on Grappler number 2 as McGraw holds onto the head of Grappler number 2. Once again, I'd like to tell you fans, for ticket information at the Summit in Houston, Texas for that big World Championship Finals, plus Tully Blanchard against Gino Hernandez. Call the Summit Tickets office in Houston, Texas. That number is area code 713-627-9470, or you can get your tickets at all Ticketron and Ticketmaster locations in the state of Texas. Grappler number 1 back in the ring. Grabs the leg of Quick Draw McGraw. Sweeps the other leg out from underneath him. Dives into the knee with an elbow. There's a tag. Number 2 grappler is back in now. Don Carson outside the ring, telling his grapplers what to do. He cheers them on a little bit. Quick Draw McGraw holding on to the head of the grappler as the grappler holds on to the left leg of McGraw. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas, where it's Fiesta Week in San Antonio. There's a kick by Grappler number 1 to that knee of McGraw. Guerrero comes over to help out, and across the way, Grappler number 2 helps out on McGraw. There's a tag. Grappler number 2 is tagged into the ring. Grappler number 1 keeps McGraw from going over to tag out to Guerrero. Southwest Championship Wrestling is taped at the Junction in San Antonio, Texas on Monday nights. We start at 8:30. If you're in the city, we'd like to see you. The Junction, located at the corner of Blanco and Fulton Road, every Monday night. Slight admission charge, but you'll enjoy the excitement. McGraw really taking it from the grappler. Here comes Guerrero in to help out. Referee steps in and tells Guerrero to get back out of the ring. Guerrero trying to pull McGraw over where he can make a tag, but he didn't quite get him far enough. There's a tag on the other side of the ring now. And it's Grappler number 2 in. They are punishing the left leg of Rick Quick Draw McGraw. McGraw kicks him off. Can he get over to tag out to Guerrero? Here he comes. He made it. Guerrero over the top rope after Grappler number 2. Forearms across the chest. Whips him across the ring, somersaults, and then comes diving up into it. Dives up into number 1, who come in to help out. Drop kick on number 2. Number 1 decides to get out of there. Did they make the tag? No, they missed it. Into Rick McGraw went Grappler number 2. Uppercut forearm. Here comes number 1 back in. McGraw was ready for him. He yells something to McGraw. As all 4 men get into the action now. McGraw has number 2. McGraw has number 1. Looked like they're going to try to whip across the ring, but didn't get it done. Carson is outside with Grappler number 1. As Guerrero backdrop. Grappler number 2. Armando Guerrero and Grappler number 2. It's Guerrero. Has the grappler up on his shoulders with an airplane spin. Around he goes. He throws him down. He's got him covered up. There's a count. It's only 2. There's a tag now. Grappler number 1 back into the ring. Guerrero going for the leg. Grappler number 2 trying to stay away. Number 1 trying to stay away from him. But it's Guerrero coming up with a hammerlock. Tag. In comes Rick, Quick Draw McGraw. Over the top he goes, and Guerrero dives right into that left arm that Guerrero was holding. Quick tag now. Guerrero's going over, coming in behind, and he dives on that arm. They're trying to break that left arm of the grappler. Down goes grappler number 1. This time he catches Guerrero. Power slam. Elbow. Grabs him by the hair. Didn't even try to pin him. Throws him into the knee of grappler number 2, who had it in between the ropes. There was a tag across the way, so it is grappler number 2, the legal man in the ring. Rick McGraw has hold of grappler number 1. There's a backbreaker by grappler number 2 on Armando Guerrero. The referee is tied up. Guerrero has enough time to kick out. Looks like Guerrero may have been pinned that time, but the referee was tied up trying to get one, and McGraw separated. In the meantime, Guerrero kicked out. Guerrero and Rick McGraw going after the mask of grappler number 2, and in comes number 1 with a knee to the back of Armando Guerrero. McGraw is tagged in. McGraw grabs the grappler, whips him into the ropes, drop kick, knocks him down, tag, in comes grappler number 1. McGraw scissors the leg, down goes the grappler. McGraw holding on to the leg of the grappler. Grappler kicking McGraw at the top of the head. Now here he comes. Head slammed into the turnbuckle. 2 minutes remain here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. 2 minutes remain in this match. It's scheduled for 1 fall 10. Grappler number 2 from outside the ring grabs Rick Quick-Draw McGraw. Number 1 is the legal grappler in the ring, and now he goes back after McGraw. Grappler number 1 holding on that leg of Rick Quick-Draw McGraw. Dives a knee into the knee of McGraw. Got him up. Oh, Tommy drops that knee, and here comes Armando Guerrero, made the tag. Armando Guerrero trying to take care of 2 grapplers. McGraw's back up. He's with number 1. Armando Guerrero's with number 2. 1 minute to go in this match. McGraw with the abdominal stretch on grappler number 1. Guerrero's going outside. He was going after Carson, but he comes back into the ring. Armando Guerrero battling it out with grappler number 1. Grappler number 2 is having it out with Rick Quick-Draw McGraw. His time is about to expire in this match. The referee asked for the bell. The referee asked for the bell. There was only 20 seconds remaining in the match, and it would have probably ended up a draw, but let's see. The referee asking for the bell, and I'll have to wait for the decision. He's just going to throw it out, so we don't have a decision. No decision. All 4 men battling out in the ring. They refuse to get out of the ring, so there's no decision. Stay tuned, because one more exciting match coming your way here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. One fall TV time remaining here on Southwest Championship Wrestling from the island of Samoa at 230 pounds. Coco Samoa against Eric Emery from Cloverport, Kentucky at 221 pounds. Coco Samoa going to the head of Eric Emery. Oh, may have been right around the eyes. Well, the man from Samoa, very wild looking and very tough in the ring, slams Eric Emery. Dives across that leg across the chest of Eric Emery. Here comes a count. It's 2. Samoa turns Embry away from the referee, Jack Howe. You know he wanted to try to do something illegal there. Big open hand right to the top of the head of Eric Embry. There's a double kick as Coco Samoa gets high in the air and kicks Embry on top of the head. Yells something, I couldn't pick up what he said. Headbutt. 2 minutes remain on Southwest Championship Wrestling as Samoa dives through the air, takes that head right to the midsection of Eric Embry. Coco Samoa, Eric Embry, on America's #1 wrestling program, Southwest Championship Wrestling. Samoa grabs a hair of Embry, slams his head into the turnbuckle. Kick from Embry out of that corner. Kicks Coco Samoa back, lays a forearm to the side of the head, knocks him back into the ropes. Another forearm knocks Samoa to his knees. Coco Samoa is in the air and he is slammed by Eric Embry. Now Coco Samoa wants to try to shake hands and calm Embry down a little bit, but Embry's not going for it. Oh, he doubled him up that time. 1 minute remains as Embry dives across the chest of Coco Samoa. Big kick from Coco Samoa. Down goes Coco Samoa. The forearm from Eric Embry put him on the mat. Another forearm. They're in the corner. Embry with a forearm across the chest of Coco Samoa. He's trying to keep him in that corner. Do as much damage as he can. He pushes the referee, Jack Howe, out of the way. See, Jack Howe's going back in. Eric Embry telling the referee, get out of the way. Oh, and Coco Samoa caught him. Here's a count. And it's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3 as Coco Samoa pins Eric Embry. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for Southwest Championship Wrestling. We hope you enjoyed it. Till next week, this is Steve Stack saying so long from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas.